How's it going, everyone? I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMovieScreens.com, and I got another movie to review for you guys, and that would be Morgan. Now, I didn't really know much about this movie until maybe a couple months ago, and it's produced by Ridley Scott, and it's going to be directed by his son, Luke Scott. Not really a fan of nepotism in Hollywood, but if you can deliver a good movie and you can show yourself, prove yourself, I am totally on board for that. So was Morgan along those lines? Did Luke Scott, prove himself? Kind of. This movie is serviceable for his first directorial debut. So let's get real and break this down. So let's start with the directing and writing. Now, the story essentially is that there is a humanoid creature that was created, and there's a risk management consultant played by Kate Mara, and she has to go investigate a certain incident that happens in the movie, and she determines whether they should kill it or not. That's basically it. So let's start with the writing. As far as the story goes, it's average. It's not like anything that's mind-blowing or anything. It doesn't really dive into like a smart sci-fi film. It doesn't like go deep into the human psyche or anything. It's a well done thriller, I guess, that could be made for like TV. It's a good TV movie, that's for sure. So I guess it has that going for it. One of the weak spots in the script and the writing and just how it all came together are the characters. You don't really care about any of them because there are a lot of people that die, and you just don't give two flying craps about anyone. And it's kind of sad because there's a lot at stake to what's happening on screen, and it's just you don't feel that emotional weight when a character says something or dies or whatever. You're like, okay. And another thing is there's a couple of characters that just kind of come in and then they just leave, and I'm like, okay, I didn't really get to know them or anything, so I mean, what happened to him? Like, what's going on? So I feel like the character development and the arcs and stuff were a little bit lazy for this film. But in terms of like a tense, suspenseful, nice little TV-made thriller, I think the writing and the story does just that. And going into the directing, the budget for this movie was super, super low. And I think what Luke Scott did with the small budget that he had and the story that he had, it was fine. It was serviceable. And for a debut, I think he did a decent little job. Especially, there's a car chase sequence in the movie, and it's in the woods, and you can like tell when certain stuff like that happens or whatever. You're like, yeah, he was restricted with a budget, but I think for what he was given, he created a decent little thriller that you could probably catch on a Tuesday afternoon if you're bored for a matinee price or something. So he does fine. As far as the acting goes, as much as I didn't really like any of the characters or didn't really care about any of them, I gotta tell you, the acting was pretty good. It was probably a better thing about this film. Anna Taylor-Joy, who plays the humanoid being or whatever, she was in The Witch earlier this year, and she killed it in The Witch. She's just fine in this one, and Kate Mara, she's good. She's got her moments. Paul Giamatti's got his little moments and stuff. Everyone's got like their moments to where like I feel like they are doing the best they can with the material that they were given, and I can't really fault them for that. They were, doing the best they could, and I commend them for that. So the acting overall is pretty good, and Toby Jones is also in this one. And every time when I see him on screen, I always think of his role in Wayward Pines and just how creepy and sadistic he can be. But he's definitely not in this. He's not that in this movie. But yeah, acting's is pretty good. Cinematography wise, it's not anything mind blowing. There's a lot of claustrophobic shots in this film. There's a lot of intimate shots. It's all set in one kind of location or whatever, so it's not really like anything explored with the way it is shot or anything. It serves the story, let's just put it that way. As far as the editing goes, this movie is an hour and 40 minutes. Despite me not really caring for the characters or whatever, and it just being an overall average film, it does have a nice little pace to it. It is kind of like a slow burn in terms of kind of building up that suspense or whatever. You set up what you're doing in the movie, and then it just slowly gets worse and worse and worse. So as far as an entertaining level, I was not bored at all. So I guess for the 99-minute runtime, which still makes me mad, it's like, just bump it up to 100. there's my OCD kicking in. But in terms of the way it's structured and just the way it plays out, like I said, decent little TV made thriller and whatnot, and I think the pace overall is fine. As you guys can see, I'm not really like enthusiastic about this movie at all. But as far as the directorial debut goes, I think Luke Scott did the best he could with the budget that he had and created a nice little suspenseful thriller that you take your mom to or something. I don't know. Just for me personally, guys, I didn't really care for Morgan. I think it overall is just an average film. I wasn't going to give it a C, but for the sheer fact that there's a lot of characters that die in this movie, and I didn't care about a single one of them, and I didn't really know much about them, it's poor character development, so I got to dip it down to a C-. So what did you guys think of Morgan, or have you even heard of it? Comment in the place with my face and let me know. Tell me that I'm wrong, because I would like to know someone that really loved this movie or someone that just like absolutely loathed it or whatever. I would love to see both sides of the spectrum, and let's talk about it. That's what I like to do. So that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee, reporting for DallasMovieScreens.com, and I guess tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.